right now. They're just setting themselves up everywhere they want to set up. But it's technically their agents that work for them are walking the earth. Okay, and they're doing their bidding. These giants, these too big to fail entities of AIG, legal higher powers, legal God, and who is this, and where are you calling from? Hello.
Yeah, this is John, bro.
Hey, John. What's up?
Yeah, how about that radiation in California, man? I just read where you're really getting hammered really hard, super hard. Have you heard
Yeah.
about that?
I think this whole world's going to get hammered super hard. I can feel the fatigue. I went through some serious sickness or what you call side effects when Jonathan and myself walked El Diablo nuclear power plant. Heck, there were dead fishes in the thing, and I was surprised they let me on site and let me film. I guess they went into a legal battle with a bunch of joggers, so they had to open up a path that went onto their property, and since it's a legal path, I could tape, so I did, and there was that black goop in that lake right there.
Yeah,
It
yeah, you
was.
were talking about that, man. I bet that was unbelievable.
Yeah, and we were sick for days. Holy smokes. They vented on us. I mean, I went out at 2 in the morning because we were sleeping in that little camper thing that he had, and I would be sleeping on the floor because I couldn't squeeze up into the little loft and without
Mm.
crunching everything I had as a person. But I went outside at 2 in the morning because I had to go to the head, and lo and behold, man, the whole skyline was gone. It was just one big
Mm.
huge cloud, and then about 10 minutes later, the cloud was gone, and it didn't
Yeah,
roll.
I'm from the Midwest, but like I moved out west here now for about 8 years, and I'll tell
Uh-huh.
you, man, that Midwest, when I was there, the chemtrails, I had a checkerboard pattern above my porch. The chemtrails, man, they were chemtrailing at night. The weather, that Midwest is being hammered, to, just totally.
Oh yeah, and this is global. I mean,
Yeah.
you have seen YouTubers around the planet. This thing is going on. It's so obvious that
Mm.
it's showing up in your movies, all your films, TV shows. I mean, you're seeing chemtrails and all of them, and
All
you
right,
just
tell me
say,
this. How come, I'm in Idaho, right?
uh-huh.
I'm on I don't know, like close to the Canadian border.
You sure you're not in
And when I
China?
was, lived in the Midwest,
Uh-huh.
chemtrails, checkerboard patterns, the max. And, you can even ask the guy that runs the Minnesota station, how it is over there. And over here in Ohio, or, like Idaho, they're hardly chemtrailing. Wonder why.
Well, Idaho from what I'm understanding, is basically owned by China now. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I,
They're buying up southern Idaho.
yeah, I mean, it's just like,
But,
whoa, wow.
yeah. Anyways, there's hardly no chemtrails here at all, which is really fantastic for,
Yeah.
uh, but anyways, I'll tell you, and I read where Chicago, it's like 80 degrees, man. And like when you get in the city, it's going to be like 90 because of the cement that draws heat.
Yeah.
Can you imagine all this stuff?
Well, we paid for this and we got it, you know. I
Well,
mean,
I tell
because
you what, man, you're bringing it out, and thank God.
well, somebody had to, I mean,
I
holy
mean,
smokes.
how about that Daniel's timeline? What do you think about that? You go by that. Like in February of 13, we're going to see, we're going to, have the last 3.5 years of tribulation.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. You're dealing with star positions, and since the star positions already changed since that last earthquake in Japan, where we advanced
Oh
30
yeah,
days,
yeah.
we're going to see an Earth that's like a drunken woman, tossed back to and fro.
It was 1776 when the founders signed the writ of independence from the Brits. It was revolution. Now an enemy from within would enslave us all again and deprive us of our rights in the Constitution. Restore the Republic. Wake up, it's time to understand. Restore the Republic. We're losing our freedom in the land.
And this is Scott with Believers Underground. You still on the line,
Yeah, man.
John? Cool. Okay. Well, you look at this ice melting, okay, and this Earth going to be tossed to and fro. That means back and forth. Now, when you got the Daniel's timeline sitting there right at our doorstep, you've already got major numbers coming off the ice, and the ice is the womb of the earth, and what happens before a woman gives birth? Her water breaks. So, this is Book of Job stuff, man. The ice is the womb of the earth. We're dealing with a woman in travail here in this earth. You say you get a kill shot from the sun because all the dynamics are there. If the dynamics weren't there, I wouldn't even talk about it. It would be
Sure.
nothing. Okay. But when the science says, hey, man, there's a problem, and you see the scientific community throwing out all the stops to try to slow down this major dynamic or protect themselves from this major dynamic, well, you got a problem. That's just
Yeah.
common sense. And the public is in the dark. They're
Oh,
clueless.
totally. It really is a shame, how that is. I mean, the public is like, it really is a pathetic shame. Like a few compared to the population of the planet know about this. You know?
Yeah, and I was listening to this thing from David D. Rothschilds or whatever. He was having an interview with Alex Jones some years ago, and he was trying to tell everyone, hey man, this Earth has got big problems. As he went across the Arctic. Or something like that. He was one of 24 people to do it, but I've seen the other royals start to do that too. One of the what's that, Queen's grandkids, whatever his name is, William, or the other kid,
Yeah.
he went across the ice sheets too. It's almost like they're marking out their new territory because they know it's going to melt.
Well,
And they know it's going to melt. That came out in '92 from
isn't that
Rothschild's dad.
isn't that something?
Yeah.
Isn't that something though? They know all about it, and they have known all about it, but they just let it ride until we're all suffering.
Status quo, baby, man. That's it. The haves and have nots. And
You
that
know?
goes for information too. It makes them big money. They know where to build, and know where not to put their money. These are incorporations. They have no conscience. There is no heart, no feelings, no nothing.
Oh no,
It,
there's never been, man, never been. I mean, these
it,
people are cruel.
it's like one of the stock traders, just call him a trader because that's what he is. Okay. He was saying, boy, I can't wait for the economy to tank so we can make plenty of money off it. And that's all he
Mm.
was focused on. He didn't
Yeah.
care about, an average person.
Well,
He's
going to that Daniel's timeline again, the Lord, He uses, natural things to cause His will. You know what I mean?
oh
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
I mean, He just don't go presto whammo bambo. He uses,